Hey there, inattentive, hyperactive, impulsive, or none of the above people. This week, I'm going to cover the minor symptoms of ADHD. So let's begin. Academic performance is the first symptom I want to start with, as it is very often misunderstood. People with ADHD can actually be excellent students since they typically have higher IQ than the average population. However, they tend to get behind very often from where a myth has emerged that they do not perform so well in school. The reason for this is unengaging and boring classes. And since their attention can be short lived, presenting a lecture in a dull and boring manner can completely disengage them. And if the teacher makes an effort to stimulate their brains adequately, they can increase their performance significantly. Moving on to sports. This is an area where people with ADHD can shine. There are a lot of famous athletes and sports people with the condition, such as the swimmer Michael Phelps, basketball players Michael Jordan and Kevin Garnett, the gymnast Simone Biles, and many, many more. Actually, sports can play a significant role in managing ADHD symptoms, which I'm going to cover in a separate video. I myself had a hard time going into sports initially because of my clumsiness stemming from my autism, and this is until I discovered skiing. It is actually a very appropriate sport for ADHD people as it is fast paced and very stimulating. It is also kind of risky, which I find very exciting. So, moving on to overstimulation, another pretty important minor symptom I want to cover. It is a rather difficult one to deal with because it depletes you of your energy. These can be video games, using too much technology, or just doing several things at the same time. This eventually depletes you of your dopamine and you suddenly feel like doing nothing. You just feel like crap. I'm going to make videos in the future shining light on this issue and sharing advice and tips on how to manage it. Just like with autism, ADHDers suffer from stomach problems. These can include constipation, diarrhea, digestive issues, flatulence, abdominal pain, nausea, and more. This is due to the fact that both people with ADHD and with autism, as well as those having OCD, have differences in their gut microbiome compared to neurotypical people. I'm going to make separate videos going more in depth with this topic as it is very interesting. Now, last minor symptom I want to touch on is masking. Just like autistic individuals, those with ADHD often tend to mask their behavior in front of others in order to fit in. This is very often the case why under peer pressure, coupled with their high tendency for risk taking, they can very easily go into substance abuse. Masking, as I mentioned before, is one of the worst things a person can do to themselves, regardless if they have any condition or not. Just be yourselves and give a chance for the others to figure you out instead of trying to please them all the time. This is it for this video on the minor symptoms of ADHD. I hope you guys liked it and stay tuned for the next one. And until then, peace be with you all.